So I started Apex with the intention to help people. I got very, very sick. I had my health completely destroyed. And I learned through that experience that the most important thing that we all have, it's not time, it's not money, it's not anything else. It's health. Because without health, you don't have anything. When you get sick, that is all you can focus on. That's where all your time goes. That's where all your mental energy goes. That's where all your effort goes. And it doesn't even have to be your health. If you have a loved one, like let's say your wife or your spouse gets sick, that's where everything goes. That is your sole focus. So I cannot stress that enough, is that health is the most important thing we all have. And coming out of that experience, learning a lot. I mean, I learned so much about the food industry, how we've been lied to, how food is toxic and it is poisoning us, and like all the problems that we have are because of modern food. They can pin the blame on whatever the hell they want. They can say that it's, genetics, and it's not your fault. There's nothing you can do about it. So just take this shot. That's what they'll tell you. Take this shot. It's not your fault. Like, love your body and accept it, and just take this shot. But it's not your fault. We don't know what the problem is. It's definitely not the food. But we don't know what the problem is. But we have the solution. We can prop you up. That's what they'll tell you. And you stay sick. You get in the medical industry, and they give you pharmaceuticals. They give you medical intervention. They give you treatments. But they do not give you the cure. They do not fix your problems. And that's what I ran into. So, I got in the medical industry, and they strung me along. Just like everybody else that gets in the medical industry. They string you along. And I'm not saying that these people aren't out to kind of help you. Like, a lot of them probably do have, good intentions. But the fact of the matter is, the way it's set up to keep you sick. And the way the whole thing is set up is it's set up that the food makes you sick. They tell you they don't know what the problem is. So then you're stuck in the medical industry because they don't cure you. And they don't even look at diet as being a factor. And you're strung along your entire life, unless you get lucky and you fix your problem somehow. Your entire life, you get sick one time. If it's a chronic condition, it leads to other chronic conditions, and you are sick your entire life. You're forking out money your entire life. You are losing a piece of yourself every single year that goes by. And you're slowly deteriorating. And it's not a very fast progressive thing for most people. It literally strings you along, and it drags it out for years and decades. And this whole time you're forking out money that you've saved, money that you probably don't have. Your mental well-being is taking a massive hit. A lot of people get super depressed, and the food leads to that too. Anxiety goes through the roof. This is all stuff I dealt with. And I know if you're watching this video, you can probably relate to this, because most people are sick. And if you're not sick, you probably know somebody that is. And the suffering it needs to end. It's a really sad state of affairs. And I don't even know where I'm going with this video, to be honest about it. I don't know where I'm going with it. I just kind of sat down, and I just wanted to speak my mind. Because I sit there and I make these videos, and I try and have intention to the videos I make. But sometimes I feel like some things just need to be said. So I'm just letting this go wherever it goes. Alright? So bear with me now. But people are extremely sick. They are strung along. It has to stop. And we all sit back and we wait for these heroes to come save us. Let's just talk the election real quick. All right. So your affiliation doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't care who you support. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that we all know and understand that we don't need these people to come save us. Like, all this time has gone by, like decades and decades, we've known about all these problems with our food, and nothing has been done. Because we've been waiting for this white knight to come along and just solve all our problems. Like somebody's just going to come in and save us. Somebody's going to completely revamp the FDA. They're going to completely revamp the USDA. All these regulatory bodies, they're just going to come in, they're going to fix it all up for us, and they're going to take all this processed food out, and they're just going to fix everything. That's what we've all been waiting on that. This is everybody's fault. All right, and I'm probably a piece of that too, because there was a time where I believed all this stuff they told us, but it is all a lie, every single bit of it. And that is some stuff I've learned. So the fact of the matter is, people are excited now, and they're expecting like RFK and Elon Musk and Trump and all these people to come in and do the things they're saying to do, to revamp the FDA, to get rid of all the hyper-processed food and the food dyes and the artificial ingredients and all the stuff that's destroying our health. And that's a great thing, don't get me wrong. It's good to have somebody fighting in your corner for a change, because we haven't had that up to this point. But the fact of the matter is, these industries have gotten to where they are today because of us. Like, our spending habits have led us here. I want to make that very clear for people to understand, because I don't think many people understand that, or maybe they're not willing to accept that fact and take accountability of that, or to believe that they played a part in that, in where we are today. But our spending habits have 100% led to the food system to become the way it is, because we have chosen convenience over quality and over nutrition and actual nutritional value. And that is the hard fact that we all need to accept. But beyond that, and knowing that it is our fault that we got here, and we are the reason these industries have become so greedy and have chosen to profit on our illness and profit on us being addicted to these foods, because we have become addicted to them. And I'm not saying that the FDA shouldn't have been looking out for us and stuff like that. They absolutely should have. But we all know, deep down we know, that these foods aren't good for us. But beyond that, knowing that we basically allowed this to become what it is, we also hold the power to undo that. And that is what I want everybody, if you're watching this video, to understand that, please, okay? That we do not need to rely on these people to come in with all these promises to make a change. We made the change happen in a negative direction. We can make a change happen in a positive direction. We all hold that power. And it is in our pockets. It is the hard, freaking earned money that we make. That is how we make change happen. We stop buying this crap. Alright? We stop contributing to these industries that do not have our best interest in mind. And that's all it takes. There is a statistic out there that is fact. Alright? And you can look this up. There's a video that was done not too long ago talking about this. A 5% shift in the market for these industries, and they would change their business practices overnight. 5%. Just a 5% shift in the market. Because the fact of the matter is, the way they process the food and the way they do the food and stuff, they go where the money is. Like, wherever the market goes is what they're going to do. And like I said, we've chosen convenience and commodity over quality and nutrition. So that's where their market and their industry is gone. That's where their business practices have gone. It's gone in that direction. If we undo that, if we change that, it will go in the opposite direction. And that's all it takes. It takes us being like, enough's enough. We're sick and tired of being sick and tired. We don't want to get poisoned anymore. I'm not buying your food. I'm going to local farms. I'm going to local producers who need our help. Those are the ones that actually need our business, and they're very eager to have our business, and they're the only ones that are actually looking out for our health because they have high quality products that we can trust. But if we say that and 5% of their market goes in that direction, guess what? Hold on, we're going to go bankrupt. We probably need to change some things. Let me get rid of this hyper-processed garbage. Let me take all these toxic ingredients out that you all are complaining about. And let's go with some more organic stuff. Let's try and mimic the market that these people are now buying from. Let's do some regenerative agriculture, some sustainable farming. Let's do that because that's where everybody's going. And if that were to happen, that's the direction these people would take it. So I want to make sure everybody understands that we don't need to rely on these white knights to come save us. We have always held the power for change. And we are the reason change has happened. We are the reason that we've gone within the last 100 years from eating food from the ground, food that was put here on earth, natural whole foods, to what we're eating today. Because we have allowed these industries to proliferate because we've supported them. Our money and our time spent going to the grocery store buying this crap is the reason they're there. If nobody ever bought any of that stuff, we wouldn't have it. It's that simple. So we need to stop looking towards all these external influences and all these external factors to solve our problems and just realize that we can solve our own problems. It starts and ends with us. It always has. And one other important point I do want to make in this video, since I'm just kind of winging it, this has come to mind, that if you're on the other end of this video, you're watching this, and you're going through this crap, like if you're addicted to these foods, or you're struggling with losing weight, or your health is a wreck, you're trying to recover from some sort of condition or something like that, just understand that there's people out there that can relate to you. Again, that's the whole reason why this tribe was created, because I wanted people to understand that you're not alone. Like, I've been through this. I came out clean on the other side. For me, it was carnivore. It's not going to be carnivore for everybody. And carnivore is a great tool, and it can probably get you there in the fastest way possible. Like, I think it's probably the best diet for getting you started down the path to true health. But I don't think it's for everybody. And I don't think everybody needs to do it forever. But regardless of what diet you end up landing on and how you end up eating, I think, all of us can benefit from just eating real whole foods, getting back to the basics, getting back to the things that we ate 100 years ago and the way we used to live 100 years ago. If you can grow and produce your own food, that's even better. If you can't, there's a lot of people out there that are very eager to have your business, and they would love to provide to you. And they're going to provide you with the highest quality, nutrient-dense food that money can buy. That's the way to go. But just understand that, it's going to be tough. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs. It's not going to be easy. But like I said, you are not alone. There is support all around you. This tribe, there's support here. The people in this tribe, I've noticed, they're just fantastic people. Everybody I've talked to is so positive. Everybody wants nothing more than just to have everybody healthy, because everybody knows that our health is being destroyed by these foods, and they want their fellow person, their fellow man and woman to be better, to do better. And that's what it's all about. It doesn't matter if you're eating meat, greens, fruits, vegetables. None of that stuff matters. What matters is that at the end of the day, we get away from these toxic foods and these industries that are exploiting us for profit and greed, that are hijacking our minds and our metabolic systems so that they can get rich. We get away from them and we get back to being the most optimal human we can be. Because I can tell you from experience, the moment you get away from that crap and you are healthy, then you are completely unleashed. Everything about you is optimal. You can think clearly. Everything. I don't even know how much more I need to say, just than everything is better. Like, you can perform at your best. You're driven. You're passionate about stuff. You start realizing a lot of other truths about the world, and things start to become a whole lot more clear. You realize that you've been lied to about a lot of things, and that opens your eyes up to pretty much everything else. Really, you discover a greater sense of purpose when you can think clearly, and your systems aren't being hijacked. It just gives you a greater sense of existing, is the best way I can describe it. It's almost hard to explain. But, I'm a firm believer that says that these foods, they hijack everything about your brain. They lead to depression, anxiety, they lead to brain fog and all that stuff, because you simply can't think clearly. But when you're healthy and you're eating the right foods and you're properly nourished, I'm telling you, it's like your mind lights up across the board. It is almost unfathomable how well you can actually think, and the person you become from that. It changes you. It changes everything about you. Not just your physical health. A lot of people just attribute being healthy to your physical health, how you look and how you feel and all that stuff. That's a small piece of it, because when your physical health is better and you're being properly nourished, I'm telling you, your mind is awakened. It is absolutely awakened, and it is an amazing thing. And I truly hope that everybody out there can one day get to that point. And I will say that if you try, I know that you can. But it does take you trying. It takes you being dedicated, committing yourself to this, and getting yourself there. Look to others around you for support if you need it. But I know that if you want to do it, if this is something you truly want, you will get there, 100%. But you have to want it. That is, first and foremost, one of the most important fundamental things. You have to want it. And if you want it, go after it. You will get it. You will achieve it. Key takeaways here, just again, don't wait for these people to come save us. Realize that we hold the power for change. Let that empower you. Embrace that. Start making the change. Be the change that you want to see happen. That's all you have to do. Understand you're not alone. There's people out there rooting for you. The path to life can be pretty tough. Just know that you don't have to walk it alone.